Hey everybody, this is Gemma here, and today you're joining me for a DIY tutorial on how to make a plush bunny from a sock. And it's really amazing, and I think you guys should really try this out. And this is the second time I'm doing it, and this time I decided we should make a tutorial about it because it's awesome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like to see more of my videos on DIY stuff. And don't forget to check out my website on redcarpetlemonade.com and check out my blog today. So why don't let's get right to it. Okay, the first thing you are going to need to make your sock bunny is going to be a sock. As you can see, mine is not very new. It's pretty old actually. And it's a mismatch pair. If anything, you only need one sock. You don't even need a full pair. As you can see, it has these little thread things on it, and mine is actually inside out right now, so this is where your feet would be, and because mine has a pattern on the bottom, so that's why there's all this thread. Make sure to check on the inside of your sock to make sure it does not have this, because if it does, you want to start sketching your design on this side, so that's what I'm going to do. Next thing you are going to need is thread and needle. Because whenever we're making a stuffed animal, gotta make sure we got needle and thread. Make sure it's at least similar to the color of your sock. Mine's more of a creamish color, but I guess it's close enough. Because it won't be seen. It won't be seen much. So next thing you will need are its eyes. I'm using buttons. I don't have specifically toy plush buttons. But I actually found these in my button drawer. I have a little container of buttons, and I thought these looked the prettiest, and make sure they're pretty big size. Next thing you'll need is a marker. This will be used for sketching the design of your bunny. And next you need a pair of scissors to cut out the parts that we need. And then this is optional. I have a little perfume. If you actually have stuffing, scenting, which I don't, because the sock might be a little bit smelly if you want to wash it, and then before we stuff it and everything, put some of this in, make it nice smelling. And last but not least, we also need, this is cotton balls for the tail. I'll be showing you how to get that in. And last but not least, the stuffing. So let's get to making our bunny right now. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is take your sock. Like I said, mine is going to be inside out, because I don't want you to see this stuff. I want to be neat. We're going to flatten it, and we're going to make the heel point like this. You can do this just by pressing on it. And the heel is going to represent the bottom of our bunny. So if you can imagine this as a stuffed animal, this is where it sits. So our next step is we are going to trace the ears. Not even the facial expression or anything yet. We're just going to take it and we're going to trace ears. And I will show you what that is like once I get that done. This should be the finished product of your tracing. Keep in mind that I still haven't cut this off, and we're going to use that for stuffing. And all I've done is taken it from where it was and used my marker to trace the ears and the top of the head. And our next step is going to be to, the best way I say to do this, to make sure that you get it nice and neat, we're going to take our needle and thread here, and we are just going to, you could do a back stitch if you want. If you don't know what a back stitch is, just do a normal stitch. Just go up and down, and we're just going to do a normal stitch along the lines that we have created here, and then we'll move on to the next step. So I'm going to show you what the finished product after sewing it is. So let me go ahead and sew. Okay, so this should be what the product that you have after sewing it. Let me go ahead and show you. It's hard to see, but I have my thread, and I just used a normal stitch to go along the outline, and this I sort of messed up with my knot over the side, but it's okay to show your knot because we're going to flip this inside out, and it's going to be on the inside and no one will see it. But this is really getting on my nerves. It's like, it messed up my knot. It's just like, yeah, it's like evil. But, okay, so, our next step would be to cut, out the outline, leave the bottom, because this is going to help us with stuffing. But do not cut too close to the stitch. So we're just going to use the scissors and cut, maybe leave, I don't know, maybe like half an inch, 1/4 of an inch between the thread and where you cut all along here. I will show you what that looks like after I do it. So let me quickly get snipping. And I finished cutting. So, we're not going to use this piece, so you can just go in and put that to the side, or even throw it away unless you want to use it for anything. But this is what it should look like. I actually think I cut it a little bit too short. I think it's a little bit too close to the thread, but we all make mistakes. So, this is what it is. I have a bit of space in between the cut and the thread itself. And this is the part where if you wanted to add some perfume, you can. So let's get this bunny all perfumed. Yeah, I got it on me. Oh no. That's not bad actually. I can't, it's not spraying. It's not spraying. We need to spray it, spray it, spray it, spray it, spray it, spray it. No, just make sure you have it wet now. If it's a little bit too wet, you might want to let it dry. I don't know why exactly, because they're dry either way, but yeah. So let's smell it. Let's give it a smell test. It smells pretty good. It smells good. So now, our next step is to flip it inside out. So let's go ahead and do that. And so let's get flipping. So this is what mine looked like and what it should look like, I hope, after flipping it inside out. See, the ears are about finger length, and we can, if it looks wrong right now, and honestly, I think this looks wrong right now, but that's how it was before. Whenever we stuff it, it's gonna puff up. It look nice. This is when I advise that you make sure you look at what the pattern is on your sock. I'm actually fine with this pattern being on there, and whenever I flip it over to the back, it's nice and smooth. So I'm gonna make this the front of my sock, but make sure you still have it flipped to the heel side. That way we cut the bottom right. Our next next thing that we must do is stuff it. So all you're going to do is try to stuff little amounts into the ears first. Get the ears how you like it. And then we're going to do the body. So let me go ahead and quickly show you show you what it looks like at the end after I stuff my ears. So let me quickly stuff those. Okay, so I have now only stuffed the ears, and I put mine pretty packed in there. And at first it was curving, and if it does curve for you, go ahead and just bend them the other way, and eventually it will just sort of level out. But once again, I said I'm not using the pattern side. Well, I have to see at the finished project, but I think I'm going to use this side. And just, if you're doing what I'm doing and doing the opposite side of where the heel is, make sure you look at the other side and make sure you know it really does look good. But, okay, now I'm going to quickly stuff the body, and I'll show you once I get done with that. Okay, so this is now after getting it all stuffed, and this is actually where the heel is. And like I said, you could switch your mind on which side you want to be the face, but I've actually decided I like the pattern design. It makes it look nice and pretty because it's zigzag. I think it looks nice. So just with the so we are actually finished stuffing. There's actually stuffing still on it. It's not coming out. It's just on there. Our next step is going to be to cut off the excess. And like I said, the heel was representing the bottom of our bunny. And we're going to cut, and it might look like stuffing is going to fall out, but we're going to cut right, whenever we have this folded up, we're going to cut it right here at the edge. And then I'll go ahead, and then we're going to go ahead and after cutting it, I'll show you how we're going to stitch it. So let me go ahead and get that cut. This is after cutting, and all the stuffing sort of started falling out. But that's okay. If that happens to you, that will be fine. What we're going to do is I don't exactly know what the stitch is called. I just call it my drawstring stitch because you're not even going to stitch it together yet. You're going to go up and down like a normal stitch, just all around the edge, and then you're going to just pull on the string, and it's going to close up this part like a drawstring bag. And I'm gonna do the sewing part and show you what the stitch looks like, and then then I'm gonna show you me pulling it. That way, we just make sure you understand what it is. So let me go ahead and get it stitched. Okay, so this is the stitch I did. I did a regular stitch around it. And let's see if you can see it. See, I did a regular stitch just all around the circumference of the bottom. And I'm just going to take my string, and you're going to pull and then push in the stuffing if it's sort of spilling out. Let me see if I can see. See, whenever you pull it, it closes up like a drawstring. And then you're just going to stuff in the stuffing. So let me show you it once I get that done and tied off. This is what your bunny should look like. So basically we have, well, technically we have the body all done. We have the nice puffy ears and the nice body, and you can even shape the stuffing in the body while it's sort of in this state. And that's sometimes what I do. This is when you just sort of find your lovely shape that you love. Maybe try to make sure it can stand up on the bottom. Because once you pull it all together, it should look like this, like a drawstring bag. And so, next part, we're going to just figure out where you want your eyes to be. So let me go ahead and figure out where I want my eyes to be. And we're just going to put a mark on it where we want it. So I'm going to show you where I put my mark, and I'm going to show you when it's fully done. As long as you know how to sew a button on, that should be fine. And I'll show you after I get the button eyes on. Okay, so I have sewn on the button eyes. And I actually did the knot at the top here, so from far away, yeah, you can barely see it, and I think it looks nice. So the mouth is, I don't know exactly how to explain the mouth, but it's split into 3 parts. It goes down like this, over here, and then from the middle down, over here. And we're just going to be using regular stitching. For this, you're going to need black thread, or whatever color you want the mouth to be, thread. And we're just going to do long, normal threading strokes. Like, we're just going to do long stitches. Not too long, just about this big. We're going to do it right here to here, here to here, and here to here. Let me just show you what it looks like when it's done and probably make more sense. I actually decided, I didn't stitch this one. I am still going to, but this is what it should look like. This is what it should end up looking like. That's the marker. I used my black marker to draw it. And you're just legitimately going to do long stitches from here to here, from there to here, from there back to here, from there to here, and just go back and forth with those until you get to the thickness that you want. So let me show you that when it's done. And this is how the mouth should look. If you can see the thread, I can sort of see it. It's hard to see. But the last part that we're going to do, other than the ears, because I'm not going to do the inside of the ears, is the tail. So all you need to do is grab your cotton ball. If you want to use hot glue, you can go ahead and hot glue it where you want it. Or you can, I don't know exactly how to do that, but stitch it. If you know how to do that, do that. But I'm going to just go ahead and I think I'm going to hot glue it. So I will show you the finished product. That is your finished bunny plushie. Hope you had fun, and thank you for watching.